So I'm on chapter 5 now of Wind and Truth, and backing up a little bit, Kaladin called Teft his best friend. Come on. And he could still hear his voice in his head, like that's something that Teft would have said. It's so good. And then we actually got a nice family moment with Kaladin and his parents and his younger brother, and his dad said he loved him. I'm like, okay. Still got a long way to go to redemption here, Lirin, but that's a good start. Shallan, it said that, like, Shallan's mom knew that she had bonded to Spren. And so, back then? How? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a little while, the Knights Radiant weren't, like, back at that time. So, the Radiants hadn't returned yet, so then why was her mom mad at this, to the point where she attacked Shallan? Very interested to see, like, what the details on that is, because that feels different and confusing. And apparently Hoid is 10,000 years old? Is he, like, the oldest being, besides, like, the other shards that were there at the Shattering? Because, interesting. And then Ba-Ado Mishram is an unmade that the Ghost Bloods are looking for, but the unmade is currently imprisoned in a gem, and that gem is kept in the spiritual realm, not the cognitive realm, Shadesmar, or the physical realm. Huh. That's something else. Like, 1, how do you even get there? 2, how is it hidden there? 3, who hid it there? 4, why? And then, this last chapter, Hoid teaching Kaladin to play the flute. Awesome. And I have a new favorite Hoid quote, where he says, everything you've done, Cal, everything you've been, has prepared you for what's next. It's going to be hard. Fortunately, life has been hard, so you're working under familiar constraints. I love that. Fortunately, life has been hard, so you're working under familiar constraints. That's so good. As someone whose life has been anything but easy, I was like, shit, yeah, I love that. And then Hoid talks about the passions, and he says the passions are absolute horse shit. And I was like, okay, go on. I did not expect to like Hoid. You guys have been here since the beginning. I've never been the biggest fan of Hoid, but this chapter really endeared me to him. I was like, okay. And then at the end, learning that, Kaladin went to go see Dalinar, and Hoid was there, and then they got to talking, and they were both talking as if they're waiting on Dalinar, and then Dalinar comes out at the end, he's like, are you done with him? I've been waiting an hour. So Hoid purposely was there to talk to Kaladin and do everything that he needed to do, and kept Dalinar waiting for this to happen. That's wonderful. Now, I will say there were 2 things that I'm going to read that I was like, oh, damn, do I like Hoid right now? Because I'm sure you're like, what? Brian likes Hoid? I like this. So he tells a story. There were 2 things that I was like, okay. So the story he talks about is right after he said that the passions are absolute horse shit. And then Syl was like, what? Isn't it good to be hopeful? Like, the passions are nice and it's all good. Or that was Kaladin that said that. And he was like, no, it's good to have hope, but also, like, there's a real-world application. Like, philosophically, this is something that I have gone through and trying to figure out and whatever, and I was like, oh shit, yes, this is where I've landed as well in my life. But he says, you think the kid who starved didn't want to eat? You think her parents didn't want to escape the ravages of war badly enough? You think if they had more passion, the Cosmere would have saved them? How convenient to believe that people are poor because they didn't care enough about being rich, or that they just didn't pray hard enough. So convenient to make suffering their own fault rather than life being unfair and birth mattering more than aptitude, or storming passion. That's so good. I'm like, yes, this. And then he goes from here saying, if hope doesn't mean anything to you when you lose, then it wasn't ever a virtue in the first place. It took me a long time to learn that, and I finally did so from the writings of a man who lost every belief he thought he had, and then started over new. And Syl says, sounds like someone wise. And he said, oh, Sazed is among the best. I hope I get to meet him someday. All right, Hoid. All right. I did not see me coming around on Hoid and being like, I like this guy. That was very surprising, but that was good. That was good.